The root causes of the environmental crisis, according to the Life Changyuan philosophy, can be summarized as follows. 1. Heart and mind crisis. Spiritual disharmony. The core of the environmental crisis lies in the disharmony within the human spirit. This disharmony leads to actions that are not in alignment with the natural order, resulting in environmental degradation. The philosophy emphasizes that the true crisis is within the human mind and heart, which manifests externally as ecological destruction 9 source. 2. Cultural and lifestyle disorders. Unhealthy cultural practices. Many of the environmental issues are caused by cultural practices that are not in harmony with nature. These practices include overconsumption, waste, and pollution, which are driven by a culture that prioritizes material gain over ecological balance. Disorderly production and lifestyle systems. The traditional production and lifestyle systems are seen as inherently flawed and destructive. These systems promote exploitation of natural resources without consideration for the long-term ecological impact, leading to widespread environmental problems 9 source. 3. Disconnection from natural law. Departure from natural laws. The environmental crisis is attributed to humanity's departure from natural laws and spiritual principles. When human societies operate in ways that are disconnected from these natural laws, ecological balance is disrupted. The philosophy suggests that living in accordance with natural laws is essential for maintaining environmental health 9 source. 4. Self-centeredness and greed. Selfishness and greed. Environmental destruction is driven by human selfishness and greed. The desire for more wealth and resources leads to overexploitation of nature. This greed results in deforestation, pollution, and depletion of natural resources, which are all symptoms of a deeper spiritual malaise source. Lack of respect for life. There is a lack of respect for all forms of life, which is a fundamental principle in the Life Changyuan philosophy. This disrespect manifests in the careless destruction of ecosystems and habitats, contributing to the environmental crisis 9 source. 5. Inappropriate governance and legal systems. Overregulated and ineffective governance. Excessive regulation and ineffective governance systems exacerbate environmental problems. The philosophy advocates for a governance system that is based on spiritual principles rather than strict legal codes, which often fail to address the root causes of environmental issues and instead create more complexity and inefficiency. 9 source. 6. Lack of global perspective. Isolation and segregation. The environmental crisis is worsened by the isolationist policies and segregation of people based on national boundaries. The philosophy promotes lack of global perspective, isolation and segregation. The environmental crisis is worsened by the isolationist policies and segregation of people based on national boundaries. The philosophy promotes a global perspective where the earth is viewed as a shared home and resources are managed collectively for the benefit of all humanity. When countries operate in isolation, it leads to competition and conflict over resources rather than cooperative management and sustainable practices 9 source. By addressing these root causes, spiritual disharmony, unhealthy cultural practices, disconnection from natural laws, self-centeredness, ineffective governance, and lack of a global perspective, the philosophy of Life Changyuan seeks to guide humanity towards a more harmonious and sustainable relationship with the environment.